and welcome back to Industry Exposed. I'm your host, Tiara Mira Jones, and this episode goes out to all my actors out there because we're going to be talking about character development and how important it is. So here's some little tidbits. It is important to crack any given character, to make a good impression in an audition or on stage, wherever. They want someone who can portray the character on screen or on the stage, either one. They don't want necessarily you. Of course, if the character's like you can play yourself, but think about it. How often do you get a character that is exactly like you? So, once you find the character, be the character. Playing the scenes and learning lines becomes much easier. So we're gonna dive right into it and get more detail in the steps that can help you develop your character. Hey, you guys, so we're gonna dive right in. So step one, which is a very important step, read the script. Oftentimes in auditions, you'll get the script that they want you to audition. They'll also send the full script. I think it's a great idea to read that full script because lines say something, but subtext says something completely different. And they tell you a lot about the character. And reading scenes that don't involve your character can help if the other characters talk about your character or mention you, because it offers a different shade to the character you're trying to portray. So step two. Step one seems easy enough. You just read. You just read the script, gather information. So from doing that, you should be able to answer questions about your character. So after reading the script, you're most certainly going to learn facts about your character. So there's many different methods of how to develop your character, but I'm specifically going to mention one method, which is Uta Hagen's 9 questions. So here they go. Who am I? What time is it? Some are period pieces. Are you in 1935 or are you modern day? Where am I? Are we in the Florida Keys or are we in an igloo in Iceland? Whatever it is. What surrounds me? What are my circumstances? What are my relationships? Who am I talking to in the scene? Why am I talking to them a certain way? And that also goes into what are my circumstances? What do I want? What is in my way? And lastly, how do I get what I want? So with those 9 questions, you grasp a very good understanding of not only the script in general, but the period, the circumstance which surrounds it, the relationships to the character, why you have these relationships, are they getting in your way, stuff like that. So it's just good questions. I want to repeat them one more time. Who am I? What time is it? Where am I? What surrounds me? What are my circumstances? What are my relationships? What do I want? What is in my way? And how do I get what I want? So step 3 is physicality. Thinking about physicality and expressions is important. Thinking about the way your character will walk or the way you talk is important. And here's an example. So if your character is someone who is shy or an introvert, they're probably not going to walk around with their head held high or their chest out. If someone is maybe more of a high achiever, successful, confident, then they'll probably have a different walk on the contrary. So there's several acting techniques that help with this, but there's one in particular that I found really interesting in exercise. So basically in this one, you can choose an open room where you can walk freely or move freely. Become aware of what you feel when you walk and the sounds of the room, and listen to your breath as well. So basically you're going to start to mold your character. So think of it as something fresh. So you're going to think about the scars, hair, clothes. You'll start to think about the information you learned while reading the script about your character. And now that you've walked around the room and kind of listened and felt and thought about the information that you gathered, now is a great time to add a voice. So really you can just speak anything that comes to mind. You don't have to deliberately try to change the voice, because if the voice doesn't sound different, it will be different in tone and rhythm. And I think this method helps, and is one of my favorite because it helps you actually experience your character's body in physical form. So I think it's a great method. All right, you guys, you made it this far. So the 4th and final step is to learn the activities of your character. I think it is so important to know what your character does every day in his or her daily life. So a good example is Daniel Day-Lewis. He created a dress from scratch in order to prepare for his film, Phantom Thread, in which he played a fashion designer. But based on all the activities in the film, it looked like he had been a fashion designer his whole entire life. So another great exercise I found to help is list 15 activities that your character does in their daily routine. Learn or master the 5 most important of them. And if you're doing a monologue in this case, instead of a whole script or scene, then 1. Master at least 1 or learn 1. Then incorporate them into your rehearsal. When analyzing scenes, list what your character does in that scene. And now all you have to do is just allow your character to be your character in any given circumstance. All the more easier. Hey you guys, I commend you on following along this far. So with all these steps that I've mentioned, reading the script, answering questions to your character, developing physicality, and learning the activities that your character does, there is no doubt in my mind that you'll be able to have great character development and rock any script, scene, or monologue that you're handed next. Until next time.